Well, hi everybody, welcome to our Only Shakers channel. Today I'm with GreenOscar, an Australian dude. We're going to review the semi-final one songs. How are you, Oscar?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. So, we're starting with Albania. What do you have to say about Albania?
I think you should go first because I know what you're going to say.
Okay, so I liked that song before the revamp. I really liked it, but they just destroyed it for me. Like the English doesn't fit it at all. The Spanish in the chorus, just what the hell? I like Ronald. She's an amazing person and a great singer, but sorry, but I with that revamp I just can't support Albania. Yeah, sorry. Also, my favorite.
I like.
Sorry. Also, my favorite part, which was instrumental, got shortened, and also I'm not in the new version of the revamp.
Well, I liked the song at the national final, and when the revamp came, I didn't like it. It grew on me. It's still in my top three. I'm sort of switching between about three countries at the moment, but it's still my number. I'd say one or two. I really like the instrumental. I've seen the jury show performance, the whole thing, and there's a few things that I don't like, but I still think it's really good. I'm not too sure how the juries will go with this song. I still think they will give her a decent amount of votes. I think this is maybe going to be a televote song. I think if she does qualify, and I think she will, she'll probably be maybe sixth or seventh. Um, Again, a few things that I would change. I'm not a big fan of the pink and blue color scheme that she's got in her performance. I prefer the red, the black, the gold. Those traditional Albanian colors. But I understand the story she's trying to tell, the whole sort of LGBT plus sort of story there. So I totally get it. Um, Again, not top three, but at the moment I'm just a bit worried about her because her national final performance was out of this world, and I looked at her jury show performance and it wasn't as good, but it's still good. So I'm happy with it. I, I would change a few things, but she's the artist and she can do what she wants. So
Yeah,
but I'm
she's a good performer, honestly. And yes, I agree with you. I think she will qualify. What do you think about the outfit? I didn't like it personally.
hey, well, I'm no fashion expert, but I'm not a big fan of the shoes. The shoes are just, they got to go. And I think the outfit, I'm not the biggest fan, but I've seen a lot worse at Eurovision before. Um, I really liked her national final outfit, or something similar. It's just, I don't know. It's not bad, but it's not good. It's medium.
Yes, so that was our review about Albania. It's in your top 3, it's in my bottom 3. What a great start. So, the, the second song is Latvia. Citizen, eat your salad.
I'm going to go first.
Yeah, go.
This is a song that I know there's going to be a lot of people out there that don't like. You're going to think that the lyrics are just, bad. But I actually really enjoy this song. I think it's a fun song. At the moment, I'm still doing my rankings, so I'm not sure where it is, but it's somewhere between sort of maybe 10th and 15th. It's just a really funky, fun song, and I think Eurovision needs those type of fun songs to give a bit of variety. Um, will it qualify? I'm not sure. I think it's borderline. If it does qualify, I wouldn't be surprised, but if it doesn't qualify, I wouldn't be surprised at the same time of other songs it's coming up against. And I think that Norway is a big competition for them, and I think that maybe Norway could steal a lot of televotes from them. I don't think it's going to have a lot of jury votes, so for me, it is borderline. As I said, it could go either way, and I wouldn't be surprised if it went either way.
Yeah. So I think it's a very funny song. It's nice. The singer has great voice, has a lot of great energy and all. So well, for its qualification chances, I think the jury will just kill it. I can't see it qualifying. I really see the jury's ranking this like last or something and top 5 in televotes, but not enough to qualify. So yeah, I like the song itself. It's nice, it's colorful, it's joyful. The lyrics are choices, but well, I think it's pretty enjoyable. It's kind of iconic. So I was not really surprised it was at the national final, because yeah, it's the type of song some people are watching Eurovision for. Yeah? Okay, so after Latvia was
Good.
Lithuania. And I know, I think you like this one, right?
So before I was talking about Albania and how I've got a few songs that I'm sort of tossing up between my, number one and number Lithuania is the other one. I think this is a great song. At the Lithuanian national final, I didn't like the song. I had others that I preferred, but after watching her, what's it called? Her winner's performance. From that moment onwards, I've just grown to love her, and I've grown to love the song. It's got that real sort of old school vibe to it, but it's not like dated old song. It's still sort of modern, and you can listen to it. And I understand that not everyone is going to like the song. I think maybe there's going to be a lot more sort of older people that will like the song, maybe more than the younger people. But I still think she's got a lot of support. Again, I am a bit worried for her because I think she won't get enough votes. I think she's going to do well with the juries. I do worry about the vote, but I still think she's going to. Qualify.
So yeah, I think the song is good. It's a very classic performance, and I really like Monica. She's an adorable person. The staging looked amazing. Honestly, it's very professional. She knows what she's doing. I think Lithuania is a safe qualifier. Honestly, I can't see them not qualifying, and I will really be shocked if they miss it. Yeah, I think it's going to do well, and it's a good song, great vocals, classy singer. Yeah, I really like it. It's good.
It's probably my number 1 or 2 this year.
Yeah. Okay. After Lithuania, I think it's Switzerland. Okay, I see from that that you. So okay, let's start. I think Switzerland is very very sweet. His vocals are nice. His feeling of the song. I love the staging and all these lights, atmospheric staging. It's so sweet. I don't think he'll qualify. He has a chance, but I don't think he will. So yeah, but really, it's cute. It's sweet, and I can just wish him good luck.
Well, I don't hate the song. I don't love it either. You know, I don't go out and want to listen to it. But if it's on, yeah, okay, I'll listen to it. But I don't get really excited by it. Um, do you think he could get some jury votes? I think he can, you know, I don't know, maybe come top 8 in the juries, maybe. I think he's really going to lack in the televote, and I don't think he's going to get enough to qualify. I think maybe it's been, I don't know,
He got
between
he got like a voice crack in the jury show though. So I don't know.
true. But yeah, it's just not strong enough. I think there are going to be some juries that will like it. Basically, what I'm saying is he's going to get more jury votes than televotes.
Yeah,
Televotes are just not going to go this way.
that's sure.
Especially when with the likes of Norway, with Ukraine, etc. There's just going to be no votes for him. You know, well there might be some televotes, but it's going to be very low. I
Yeah,
don't see him qualifying, but
I can see it doing a bit like Malta 2017, breathlessly, getting like qualified by the jury but then a 0 from televote. I can see it doing something like that.
yeah.
The next one is Slovenia. Okay, I'll let you start since I know you.
This is my number 3 at the moment. And I know not everyone's gonna like this song, and I know it's what is it in the odds? It's like almost last in the odds. Yeah, it's actually last in the odds. I just find it very, it's a sweet song. Like it's harmless. You know? It's fun. It's funky. It's groovy, and I know that they're probably not going to qualify.
Yeah.
Like I've accepted that. They may get lucky and finish in like 10th position. I just feel as if there's too many other stronger songs that's going to sort of push them down. You know, when you're coming up against Netherlands and Greece, and Ukraine, and Norway, and Albania, they're going to get a lot of votes. So I just don't see Slovenia being. I wish them the best. Hope they have fun. Hope back next time and win the competition.
Yeah, okay, so I have just few words to say. It's cute, but it's dead on arrival. I mean, it's a cute song, I enjoy it, but it's definitely not gonna qualify. It's pretty sad for them, but I can't see it qualifying. Well, like you, I just wish them to have fun on stage and yeah, they're kids and they just went there to have fun. So yeah, I wish them the best. And next one, the next one is the bookies.
I like the staging.
Yeah, the next one is the bookies' favorites. Ukraine. Ukraine. I have a lot to say about this. First of all, the vocals. The vocals are really great. Like the lead singer has some incredible voice. I love that little flute moment, makes you dance. The thing with the rap, I'm not a rap fan myself, but it works with this song. It works. And when I listen to it, this one and Elena Passion Vidbir both gave me winner vibes. And yeah, I think even without the situation in Ukraine and all, it it's one of the favorites to win. So yeah, it's a great song. I like it. It's around my 20th place or something. And yeah, I really hope they'll do well, and it's good. Even I'm really salty that Alina Pash just couldn't participate because she was been my number one this year. But we can't have everything.
Well, excuse me. I do like this song. It's not one of my favourites, but it's still up there. If I had to rank it, it'd probably be somewhere between sort of 10th and 12th. It's just, I know I don't like comparing songs, but I just prefer a lot of songs Ukraine have set in the past. And even though this is a strong song, it's just not my favourite from Ukraine. The thing about Ukraine is even their, not good songs are still better than a lot of other countries' songs. I'm a fan of rap, but I'm not the biggest fan of this rap. Overall, I think this is still a quality song, objectively. It's probably going to, might win the semi-final. The only threat to Ukraine is Greece, which I think can do well. It's either between Greece and Ukraine in of the semi-final. When it comes to the final, I do think they are a strong contender. I'm not too sure if they are guaranteed to win. I would say they're coming top 5. I think that's almost guaranteed. I worry the juries aren't going to give them enough for the win. I see them maybe finishing 6th or 7th in the jury, and maybe like top 3 in the tally vote not be enough, where they might finish sort of 4th.
I think it's...
But if they do win, I wouldn't be surprised. I think they're going to get a lot of votes, and I don't think that people talk about they're going to get votes just because of what's going on in Ukraine at the moment. I don't think there's going to be a lot. People are going to vote for it because they like the song regardless. So I wish them all the best. And if this wins, I think, good job. You've done really well.
I think it's a fairly safe televote winner, but for juries, I don't know. I can see doing like Sean, like 12, 13 jury votes, and win the televote. Sean came second, Bill Momskin. So yeah, I don't think it will win, but it will be very strong. So, who is the next one? Give me 2 minutes. So, next one is Bulgaria. Not very popular song in the fandom. but
His favourite to win.
But I really like it. It's cool. It's some great rock. It just gives me Japanese rock vibes, like those anime openings that you just can't stop listening to them. I hope it qualifies because 1, I like the song. 2, I want to see that melt down in the fandom. If it qualifies, it would be iconic. I'm living for this hopes to qualify. So it's not in my top 10 or top 15, but I love this song. I wish it will qualify. What about you?
Well, I don't really like it like you do, but I still like it. I don't think it's as bad as a lot of people make it out to be. Um, it's just a okay like song. And the rehearsal clip looked pretty good. Um, few friends that have seen the whole the jury show and the whole rehearsal footage, and they said that his vocals weren't the best. But I still think it's still a good song. I don't think it's going to qualify. I
Nah.
don't see a world where it does. If it does qualify, I think it's going to be so funny, and I'm going to love it. I think probably going to finish. How many songs is there? There's 17 songs. I'd say anywhere between sort of 14th and 17th.
Eh.
It's just not strong enough. That the fandom, well, not just the fandom, but the general public watching aren't going to get into it too much, and I don't think it's going to do well with the juries. Just it's fine, but it's just not going to win. It's not going to qualify. I mean, or win.
Yeah. I agree with you, it's not qualifying, but I just wish. So now,
Yeah.
a very popular song in the fandom, the Netherlands.
When this song first came out, I didn't like it. I thought, fandom was overrated. It was not good. But this song really grew on me, and I really, really like it. Just what I like about it too is that it's in Dutch, and I think that brings something different this year. The Netherlands haven't sung in Dutch in 200 years in Europe, so long. So I think that's a good addition. Um, it's a beautiful song. Having said what I've said, after watching her rehearsal footage, I was a bit underwhelmed. I thought the staging could be a lot better. Um, but I still think she's going to qualify. She's going to do well with the jury. She's going to do well with the televote. I don't think she's going to win the semi-final, but she's certainly going to get enough points to qualify. Maybe around fifth or sixth, maybe a bit higher. Depends on how well she does on the live show. But she's certainly qualifying. And when
Yeah,
it comes to the final, can she make top 10? Potentially. But I'm not 100% sure she's going to make top 10, but I can see her finishing on the left-hand side of the scoreboard for sure.
yeah. So this song,
What do you?
I really like it. I generally don't like the Dutch language, but the use of it here is really appreciated because it suits the song. STNR has a beautiful voice. My favorite part is the
Yeah.
da 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 da. This is my favorite part. It's emotional. It's a good song. I think it will do very well with the juries. The juries will love it. Televote a bit less, but I can see it coming around 6 or 7 position in the final. And it's just next to my top 10 with Moldova. And yeah, but I must admit the rehearsal clip was something was missing for me. I didn't get all the magic of the song, and I hope she'll do way better than this tonight. Yeah.
If there's something else I can add too, before we move on, that for some reason there are a number of people out there that don't like the Dutch language. So I do get a bit worried there are going to be people out there that don't like the song because it's in Dutch. But having said that, I think there's going to be way more people that like it than don't like it. So there is a few concerns, but certainly qualifying. That's
So the next one is Folklore and Rock and Roll, Moldova. I love this one so much. It's pure fun. The violin, instrumental, the singer, the video clip. I love everything. I'm just sad they told us they'll bring a train and they still didn't bring it. The train is late. Very late.
Yes.
Like, I wanted to see the train out in some staging like Doritos in 2018, but with a train. With them dancing, going out and in, but sadly we probably won't get it. And that's sad. And I really love this song. I think it will qualify. It's pure fun.
Okay. I'm still a little bit upset that um, LA by Katie Lane didn't win the national final, but I still think that Moldova have selected a decent song. I'm a big fan of Moldova over the years. I really enjoy their kind of music. Song, I hated it, then I loved it, then I hated it, then I loved it, and at the moment I'm just 50-50 on it. I just there are a lot of elements that I like, but there are a lot of elements that I just don't like. It's hard to predict if this song will qualify, to be honest, because I think there are going to be people out there that will enjoy this song, but there's going to be people that hate it. And the same with the juries. I can't work out where the jury's going to go. I think if it does qualify, it's going to sneak in up to 10th. I think if it does go to the final, it's not going to have a big impact on the right hand side of the board. It's just it's not strong enough. But I still think it's a fun song. There are going to be a lot of people out there that want to get up and dance and party to it. But it's just not really my favourite, but I wish them all the best.
Yeah. So, next one on the list is oh, Portugal.
Portugal.
Yes, Portugal. Saudade. I love this. It's sweet. It's the Maru's voice is gorgeous. I love the clapping, and I think I'm just underrating it in my ranking because it's around my 15th place. But I think it deserves to be in my top 10 or something. Like, it's a wonderful song. Like, it's beautiful, and like I said, clapping and all. I think and hope it's coming top 10 in the final. It's a sure qualifier. Juries will absolutely love this. Yeah, I think it's a top 10 in the final. Portugal is getting good results these days. So yeah, we can hope for this.
Hey, this is nothing against Portugal, but their national final this year was just it wasn't my cup of tea. I didn't like any of the songs. Said that I think this is probably one of the better songs that could come out of their national final. So they did a good job there. I'm just not in love with this song. I'm not saying I hate the song, but just doesn't nothing for me really. Like there's a few things I do like. Chorus isn't too bad, but it's just not for me. I'm trying to be as nice as possible, but like I don't have it last or anything. Like it's not 40th or 39th, but sort of like Switzerland for me. Like it's fine, but I have no real interest in the song. But I do see this as a qualifying song. I understand people do like the song. Do well with both the juries and TV votes, but at the same time, people don't connect with the song, flop in the telly vote, do well in juries and still qualify. But if people do connect with it, then you can do really well. He goes to the grand final. Don't think she's going to get top 10. I see her being on the left hand side because there is a pill there. Not for me personally.
Okay, so next one is another ballad. It's Croatia. Guilty Pleasure.
Okay. Like Portugal, Croatia national final this year, I just it wasn't for me. Last year, Croatia was my winner, and I liked quite a few songs from Croatia last year. This year, it just wasn't my thing. Or I didn't like any of the songs. Having said that though, this song has grown on me. It's not in my top 10. I don't mind it, like it is a guilty pleasure. And I do worry that she's just not going to stand out. You know, she's got a lot of competition and I think she's going to do okay, but it's just not going to be enough. I think it's a good song, but it's just there's just something about it where I just think when I look at that rehearsal footage, just song and the staging not connected. I think it's an opportunity, and if she nailed that staging, it's storytelling. She could have qualified, but at the moment she's not going to qualify, but she's still going to get a decent amount of votes. You know, maybe finish off. So I wish her the best, but I just wish she did a few things to change her performance up to really help her qualify.
Okay, so I think it's very sweet. She has beautiful voice. I really like the song. I was surprised that it landslided to the national final, because I thought it would do well or something, but it landslided it. So yeah, I'm I think it's dead on arrival, sadly. But like when I'm predicting Croatia to do well, like last year, they don't do well. So if I predict them to not do well, maybe they'll do well. So like last year I said Albania would win. I cursed them. So maybe now I'm gonna say they're not qualifying and hope for them that they'll do. So, so next one is Denmark. And this is just the the most iconic switch between two different songs. Like it's starting with a sweet ballad, beautiful vocals and all, and then da-da-da-dum, rock song. I was like, what? It was my favorite of the national final, even if the national final is not really strong. But I really like this song. It has first it brings you like sad mood, emotion, and then you turn happy. I don't think it's qualifying, sadly, but well, I don't think it's dead. It has a fighting chance. So yeah, why not? Why not?
This is another national final that I didn't like, but I think this was probably the best song in the national final. So I think the Danes, the best song. At the same time, just wasn't a strong final. So the winning song, in my view, isn't that strong. I still think it's an okay song. Like if it comes on when I'm on Spotify, I'll listen to it, but it just does a lot for me. Like yourself, I don't think this is dead. I think this will maybe qualify, maybe. At the moment, I have it as a non-qualifier. I just don't see it getting enough points. But if it does qualify, I wouldn't be surprised if it qualified in eighth, ninth, or tenth. But I don't think it is. Just it's just not strong enough for me personally.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you on its qualifying chances. Yeah, it's not there, but I don't see who can non-qualify in its place. So, next one is controversy. Austria.
It's my turn to go first. Well, this is one of those songs that when it came out, I thought it was overrated and I didn't like it. I really, really grew on me, and I love the song. My only concern is Ian Maria's vocals. They they're just not strong enough. And this is nothing against her, but she is inexperienced when it comes to singing in front of a big audience. Experience, and again, that's nothing against her, but I do worry that because the jury show was last night, and I think she sounded okay, but I just worry that may have flopped in the jury vote. I think she's going to get a good amount of televotes. Yeah, I mean, both of them with lyrics. Going to get a lot of televotes, but I just worry that if the jury's flopped her that much, that they are not going to get enough to qualify. At the moment, it's really borderline for me. If it does qualify, I think it seems fair, but if it doesn't, I understand the reasons why. It's one of those really good party songs. There's going to be a lot of people out there that like it. I just have my concerns. I'm not, I'm not saying they're dead or they're not going to qualify. I just have my worries. That's all.
Well, now I'm talking about studio version. I thought the studio version was amazing. Like the vocals in the studio, the song, it was catchy as hell. And in live in the rehearsals, like it sounded, she sounded like I don't know, like she was gonna die. I mean, she was like in her last breath every single note. I mean, I guess this song doesn't need really an amazing vocal performance, but at least something decent. I hope she'll recover. In jury shows, she sounded quite nice. She was not amazing, but it was alright in jury show. So yeah, so I hope tonight she will be good, and I hope it will qualify. Honestly, it's like I think my fifth or sixth of the semi-final. Yeah. Also, Austrian fans are quite toxic, so I want to see them all down if it's a non-qualified. But this has nothing to do with the song and the singers. So yeah, I hope for it that it qualify because I like the song. It's catchy, and there are not many catchy songs this year. Many ballads. It's a year for me, but yeah, we need diversity. So it brings that little fire that gets all the arena jumping and clapping, and so yeah. Little change of mood now. Iceland. Oh, Iceland. So sweet, so western, so the harmonies are beautiful. Guitar and though it sounds so nice. It's a lovely song. I think it will be borderline qualifier, but in the final I can see it coming bottom 5 or something. It's very sweet and deserves some nice ranking. So yeah, I hope it will do well, honestly.
Yeah, this wasn't my winner of the national final. Um, I didn't really like the song at the national final, but this has probably been one of my biggest growers this year. Just fallen in love with the song. It's in my top 15. I'd say between sort of 11th and 15th, but it is every day it's growing and growing on me even more. It's sweet. It's calm and relaxing. Um, I do think this could qualify, and it's not the favourite. I do think it's going to do well with the juries. Televote is what I'm concerned about. I still think it might get enough televotes to qualify. Um, it is borderline. I have my concerns, but I think, and I do think this could qualify in maybe 8th or 9th. I do think the juries are going to soak this up. A lot of people might disagree with me, but I see this as, I'm not saying top 3 or top 5 in the juries, but just enough to push them over the line for the win. When it comes to the grand final, I don't think they're going to have the biggest impact. I think they will finish on the right hand side of the scoreboard. I don't think they're going to flop. They're not going to get 0 points. They're going to get probably 50 total, somewhere around there in the grand final.
Yeah. And so next one is Greece, one of the contenders of this year. What do you think about it, Oscar?
Well, my opinion has changed. So long, I hated the song. Thought it was boring. Thought it was bland. Just didn't get it. Everyone was in love with it, and it just wasn't my thing. And over the last sort of week or two, it's grown on me. Especially seeing it live, the rehearsal and whatnot. It's still not one of my favourites, but I don't hate it anymore. I do think that she is a contender to win, essentially. You're going to do really well with the juries. You're going to do pretty good with the televote. Or 10. Don't know, maybe 10. What's she going to be first? It's somewhere between, I think it's going to be a bit like Darmian in 2016. Heaps of jury votes, and then do the televote, just not enough to win, maybe. It's a nice song, it's a sweet song. My favourite. Objectively, it's a good song, and I can see people voting for it.
Okay, so I love this one. I think it's gorgeous. Her voice is like an angel, and I, I'll say it now. I think this will win. This is winning. I mean, it will get, it will win the jury vote, finish like second or third in the televote, and I really think it will win the whole thing. Like, the staging also, for me, is the best of the year. They got the best one so far from the rehearsals with Czech Republic, and yeah, it's just wonderful. And I hope, really, from the contenders, I hope this one wins. Really, it it's beautiful. That's all. That's the only word. Beautiful. So, next one is our little wolves. Norway, give that wolf a banana. Okay, this is just iconic. Just, I, if someone told me next year you'll see two wolves singing about a grandma and a banana and a wolf, I'll be like, are you kidding me? But then I really like the song. It's fun. It's some fresh air. It's going to do very well in televote. A bit like the Roop last year, I think. Jury, I don't know if it will do well in jury votes. It sounds for me like juries will sink it, but then they voted for Iceland last year. So I don't know. Pretty hard to predict its ranking. It's a safe qualifier, that's sure. Also, the Norway's national final was my favorite of the year. It was clearly not my favorite of the national final, but I still really like it.
I really liked this song during the final, and even after they won, I was a big supporter of them and their song. Unfortunately, the song has just run off me. Just, I'm just not a big fan anymore. I think I just got bored of it. Um, I, I agree with what you're saying that I think they could win the televote in the semi-final. I think it's between them and Ukraine. You could edge them. I I can see a lot of people voting for this song. Juries, it's hard to predict, but I think they could do okay with the juries. I think they can come 10 in the juries. And yeah, they're certainly qualifying. When it comes to the grand final, it's hard to predict. They're either going to do really well, or just flop. I just see that there are going to be people that are going to vote for it in the grand final. It's just so hard to predict because it's one of those songs where look at it and think, no one's going to like this. A lot of people do, you know. Maybe on the left-hand side of the scoreboard, just don't know if we can come top 10. You know, with the likes of France, Spain, Italy, United Kingdom, potentially Australia, Sweden, Ukraine. I think it's just going to just push them down, but I still think that they're going to do good. I think the juries will give them some respect, but it's going to be a tally vote. Um,
Yeah, so it's very hard here to predict. And so the last one of the semi-final, Armenia.
um, this is the this song is so 50 with me. I do like it. I'm just not going out of my way to listen to it. Just it doesn't have that X factor for me. It doesn't have that wow factor. But at the same time, it's a okay song, like a good song. It's just not a strong song in my opinion. Is she going to qualify? Potentially, I can see her qualifying. But it's one of those borderline songs. Not guaranteed. I'd say she's probably around 60% chance. I do think there is going to be jury appeal. There are going to be people out there that like it, but I just don't think it's going to be one of those songs that people are going to just fall in love with, and it's not going to be one of the favourites to win. And she's one of those artists that I wish all the best, but I'm not sold on it. I don't know. Yeah.
like people say, saving the best for the last. So yeah, this is my favorite of the semi-final. It's like fourth in my ranking. I think it's like just the cutest song of Eurovision history. Like, I love this also, the staging. It's so sweet, so cute. Her vocals are stunning. She's an amazing singer. I think it's going to qualify. There's no way this is not qualifying. And for their final ranking, a right side ranking, I think around 19 or 18 or something. So yeah, it's. I really hope it will qualify. If I could vote, I would send many votes for it in the semi-final. Yeah, it's such a great song with good energy, bringing you a smile always. So yeah, I think that's all for the first semi-final. Do you have anything else to say?
Um, Not really, to be honest. I'm really nervous for a few songs. You know, my top three are all in this semi-final. Albania, who I think will qualify. I, I do have some nerves. Lithuania, then I do think this will qualify, but I'm really nervous. There's been a lot of songs that I think were going to qualify and they don't, so I'm worried for her. Then there's Slovenia, who just- I've accepted that they're probably not going to qualify. I'm still hoping they do, and I'm going to support them. Just a bit upset because I know that they're probably not, and I've accepted it, and I'm happy with it. But I'm just worried about tonight because if it goes bad, my top three is just going to yeah stressful.
Yeah, so I can get you. Last year I lost my top 3 in the semifinals, so I hope you don't experience the same thing. So yeah, that was all for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye bye.
Yeah.